Not breakfast, day 3, phone excellence workshop, basically. So, where's Justin? He needs to see this.
He's hobbling, so it takes him extra long.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't break it.
So, here's what we're doing. I would invite some people to come in early. Oh, first off, never offer anyone, if they memorize page 9 and 10, that you're going to give them $20. Okay?
Because that's what'll happen.
Not play a game.
Yeah.
You should knew that.
So
That actually, like, someone would.
no, some districts I do that once in a while. I'll offer anyone in training if they've memorized page 9 and 10. If they can do it word for word, I'll give them $20. For you guys, don't do that. You don't even give it out any extra money. Okay. But I would encourage them to try and memorize that stuff. I would say, hey, on the phone at the end of PDI, anyone that sets up a lot of demos or is pretty sharp, I'd invite them to come in early for the phone excellence workshop. So I would say to them on the phone, this is at the last PDI call, is, hey, and great job on the phone tonight. I'm going to be going over some extra phoning stuff tomorrow morning. So the training starts at 9. Instead of getting in at 8:45, do you think you can get in at 8:30? You don't have to, but it's just some extra stuff. Do you think you'd be interested in coming in for that? Cool? All right, awesome. Well, I'm going to start going over that stuff at 8:30, so I'll see you tomorrow morning. And then, if they show up, cool. If they don't, whatever. You're just going to do this for, this is a way to get people on the phone, teach them a little bit about phoning extra. Cindy, did you have a question?
Would you do like maybe a peeler or something?
For what? I should do nothing.
Hey Dane, you said on the phone.
What's that?
Day 2 PDI when you're done. That's when you said on the phone.
Yep.
Okay.
Day 2 PDI is when you're going to introduce people to this. All right. Now, so for this, I would say here's the Phone Excellence Workshop. As they're coming in, as the first couple are coming in, it's immediately working. You want to set their expectation and train them when people come to the office, they work. So right when they come in, the first thing you hand them is the sales contract or whatever. You have them start filling out some of that paperwork. Once they're done with that, I would tell them to start looking over page 9 and 10. If you still are waiting for a couple people, have them pair up and role play it. And then once you have the people there that you want to, I probably would start doing the Phone Excellence Workshop at 8:45. So the people get in there at 8:30, but I'm talking to those people and they're doing stuff, and at 8:45 is when I actually start the Excellence Workshop. And basically, here's what it is. I would just go over and I'd say, hey guys, let's get started with the stuff I wanted to go over. I just want to start off by recognizing the fact that you guys made the decision to get in here early again this morning. I really appreciate that. Your paychecks will appreciate it as well. You guys are going to get some extra good info here this morning with this. This is some great information. It's going to help you tremendously with your first weekend and also doing your fast start. So basically, we're going to talk about one of the most important parts of the job, which is phoning. Now, let me start with saying that when I was new, I hated the phone. All right? Why did I hate the phone? Because it scared me. Before this job, I never had a job where I had to make phone calls. I never made probably more than 3 or 4 phone calls before in a row. And that was just to my friends to see what they were doing for the evening or the weekend or whatever. So, when I went home to phone for the first night, I was a little nervous. Which, I want you guys to know, if you were a little nervous last night, totally natural, absolutely normal. Alright? If you weren't nervous, that's weird. Alright? So you're a freak if you weren't nervous about the phone last night. That's awesome, though. But if you were nervous, absolutely normal, and that's a good thing. Now, I soon realized, though, when I was phoning, that the phone is actually where I made all my money. And, think about it this way. If every button that you pushed on the phone pumped out $5 every time you touched it, how many phone calls would you make? You'd never stop phoning, would you? You'd sit there and be like, this is awesome. Money's just flying out of the phone. That's essentially what you're doing when you set up appointments. You get the money later, but essentially every time that you make a phone call, you made money. Even if they didn't answer, even if they didn't set up with you, you made money because it's a numbers game. If you make X amount of phone calls, you'll get X amount of presentations lined up. So even if somebody doesn't answer, they're part of the equation. It's part of the numbers. Odds are the next one's a little more likely to set up. I have some FSMs that track everything in this business, and they know actually every phone call how much money they would actually make phoning. You know, and this summer I'll probably use Max Fleisner as an example. Max tracks all of his numbers on a spreadsheet. So he knows every time he makes a phone call, he makes, you know, $15. Why? He has a high sales ratio, high average order, you know, and he sells a lot of equipment. He makes a lot because he's an FSM. So every time that Max makes a phone call, he gets $15. Now, does it actually work out that way? That's not the way he's paid. But you guys understand why I'm saying he gets paid $15? Because it's, you know, for every presentation he does, on average he makes X amount because he's sales ratio, average order, all that. And it typically makes him, he knows how many phone calls it takes him to get a demo. So he just breaks it down and says, every phone call I make, I get 15 bucks. Wouldn't it be easy to get paid $15 to make a phone call? Wouldn't it be a cool job? So it's like every button, it's $2. Just falling right out of the phone. Alright? So that's what keeps him motivated to phone. Because do you think Max likes to phone? No, he's an FSM. Do you think that FSMs like to phone? They're no different than you are. They don't like it. It's not fun. But guess what? They realize if they want to make a $1,000 paycheck, guess what they have to do? Phone. So they just try and come up with ways that makes it a little easier for them. Alright? Now, consistent phoning is a really important part of the job. Alright? Can I give you guys some good phone times? This way, when you're phoning, you know, just like demos, I don't want you just to show to anyone, I want you to show to who? Matt customers. So same with phoning, I just want you to phone at random times. I want you to be efficient with your time and work smarter. And so let me give you some really good phone times. So you guys are going to want to jot these down on the in your notes. Alright, so first off, let me go over the best 2 times. The best 2 times to phone throughout the entire week are Sunday and Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. So here's what a lot of our reps do. A lot of reps will come in on Sunday night and they'll phone, either from home or from the office or whatever, and they'll phone for, you know, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever, and they'll set up their first half of the week. And then they'll phone on Thursday night and they'll set up their weekend. Remember how important weekend sales are, right? Super important. So that Thursday phone jam is big time money for you. But Sunday is also important for setting up the week. Why are these really good phone times? These are when the TV shows have the best ratings. More people watch TV Sunday and Thursday night, which means more people are at home. You want to be a business person, phone when the most people are going to be home. So guess what? If there's like a really bad storm, guess what you should do as a sales rep? Get on the phone, because are people going out and running errands during a big storm? No, they're going to hang out and be at home. So big storms mean big phone time and big paychecks for you guys in the following days of those. Alright, now let me give you some more good phone times. There's another one that all of our reps participate in. It's Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. That's called the hour of power. So our team meetings are Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. So most of our reps, since they're already coming in for the team meeting, they'll come in and they'll phone from 7 to 9 or 8 to 9 just for a little bit before the team meeting. It's kind of like the get-ahead phone jam. You know, they're going to be making some extra calls to start their weekend. You know, to start setting up some stuff for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay? Now, these right here, these are pretty universal across the board. All Vector sales reps know these ones. All right? Now, let me go through and give you the rest of the really good ones. The other good times, basically any Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Why would that be a good time?
They're getting ready for
Yeah, they're getting ready. Anybody who has a normal job, they're typically up, especially if they have kids. What time are they up at? At least this, if not earlier. So you're catching people before they go off and do their jobs, you know, throughout the day. Also, you're catching some stay-at-home moms and dads that you're going to catch and set up demos before they go out and do their errands and stuff for the day. Another good one would be like Monday and Tuesday from 6 to 9 p.m. Why the evening?
Get home from work.
Yeah, home from work. Okay? Now, Friday, do you think you want to call late on Fridays?
No.
Typically a little earlier. I'd say about 4:30 to 7 on Fridays. Why a little earlier? Because people go out, right? Now, can you get a hold of some people after 7 o'clock on a Friday? Sure. But odds are you'll get a hold of more people 4:30 to 7. When did you guys phone last night? 8? So let me say this. If you guys had trouble getting a hold of people last night, that's normal. Last night was one of the worst phone nights of the entire week, after 7 o'clock. Who phoned after 7? Cool. So did you have bad luck getting a hold of people? Trying to track people down? Yeah, so don't worry about it. It just so happens that's what